Hi, welcome back. This is your August 2026 tarot reading for the sign of Virgo, your sun, moon, and rising. So let's see what your recent past holds. Justice. So there's something that happened in your recent past involving justice, maybe a court case, maybe a decision, the other thing, or an adjustment. The other thing could also be balance. So there was something major in your life that required balance. So that was your recent past. Okay. The first 2 weeks of August, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, let me see. She's all about like an abundance, so fruitfulness. Okay, so being in it's a materialistic thing, so she has everything she needs and more to support herself, her family, type of thing. The other thing is she also likes nature. She likes to be grounded. So that's the Queen of Pentacles. Next we have the Death card. Okay, so death is all about death and rebirth. So letting go of something that's been building for such a long, long, long time. And it's just time for it to end. It's time for it to go. And then lastly, we have the Four of Wands. Um, and the Four of Wands here is really talking about completion. So if you're thinking of, let's say, a work project or a project in general, it's like phase 1 out of phase 5 has been completed. Okay, so what is this week trying to tell us? These 2 weeks. Let's have a look. Okay, so what I'm gathering here is you've worked really, really hard to be able to afford the things you can afford, and splurge on, etc. And then we have the Death card. So it's trying to tell me that this materialistic thing, this working hard and obtaining everything that you want and more, needs to stop. There's no need for that anymore. Now it's time for like a celebration, for it's completed. So enjoy the fruits of your labor, and and do that with your family, your friends. So take some time out for yourself to enjoy, because it seems like working really, really hard, making all this money, splurging, you're not actually enjoying it. So you're not taking the time out because you're running back to the rat race to work some more, to buy some more. So it's kind of saying, put a stop to that and start enjoying the things. Maybe even travel. Like I see a globe here. If you're thinking about taking a trip, do it. Um, that sort of speak. All right, the next 2 weeks, or the last 2 weeks, I should say, we have the Queen of Wands, and she's all about, she's like a firecracker. So very passionate, very fiery. Um, she can be intense. Usually someone that's very, very pretty, seductive, um, is engaged in projects and delegation. So her passionate hobbies, she loves that. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Cups, and that is really talking about walking away from something that you love. Um, it's the storm has blown over, blown through, whatever you want to call it, and you've realized something that it doesn't sit right with you anymore. It's time for you to walk away. And then the last one is the Seven of Swords, and that is, in this card it stands for futility, but, or in this deck I should say, it's almost like making a deal with the, it's kind of like you got away with something. So let's see what this week is trying to say, or at least 2 weeks. What I'm seeing here is a repeat in pattern from week 1 and 2 to week 3 and 4. So again, someone who's very intense, very focused on her projects and things like that. And then for some reason, whatever she's working on, whatever she's doing is no longer resonating with her. She's walking away from it. Um, and it's almost like she's trying to take a shortcut to get things done. So whatever's happening is taking too long to complete, to finish. Um, and she's trying to find a shortcut in making a deal with somebody. So it's, again, Virgo, I feel like there's something here about projects, maybe work. So weeks 1 and 2, you get phase 1 completed. Weeks 3 and 4, you're working on phase 2, and it's not happening as quick as you want it to happen. And so you're trying to find a shortcut. And I always say, I caution that. It might be great for the timeline that you have to complete things, but maybe not good for the project. So keep an eye out for that. If you're looking for a personal reading, please let me know. My link is in the bio. You can sign up. And if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to hit the like button, share, and until next month, don't forget to shine your light.